So you want to know? You want to know a surefire sign that you're getting old?
Yes.
There's a ShopRite near me, supermarket near me, that I knew backwards and forwards because I'd been there so much. It was like my go-to supermarket. They closed at the beginning of the summer to tear it down and rebuild a completely brand new remodeled store, like top of the line store. It just opened September 1st. And I was really excited to go.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, I called my mom. I was like, yeah, I'm getting old that I was excited about going to a grocery store.
Why? Good grocery stores are hard to come by, man. And when you find a good grocery store, like that's your place. I don't know. I love a good grocery store.
Yeah, and it was great. Like I went in there and I was like, oh, this is awesome. They have so much new stuff that they never had before. It's 3 times as big. And I was like, but now I got to learn where everything is again.
Yeah.
I knew the other store like the back of my hand.
Yeah. Yeah. We went to Swansboro to go visit our friends it was like the last weekend before school started or something. And we went into our old grocery store that we went to for 4 years. And it was just so comforting being there and just knowing where to go, where I could find everything. I knew what was there, what brands were there, what wasn't there. And then I'd come back home, and I'm just like, oh, I don't even know. I don't have a grocery store. I don't know where anything is. Like, grocery stores are important.
Well, and that was the thing too. Like it was, like I said, it was like a third of the size of this new one. And I knew where everything is. I knew all the employees that worked, like, I didn't know them by name, but I knew them by face because I was there so often.
Right.
And then this new one opens on September 1st. And I walk in and it's 3 times as big. Yes, there's new stuff, but I don't know where anything is. And I don't recognize any of the employees. And the place is packed because it's brand new. There's so many people in the supermarket that probably have never stepped foot in the old one. Mm-hmm. I'm like, this is not my supermarket, but it is my supermarket.
Right. You're like, I need to find a buffer supermarket until all of this dies down.
Oh no, I have them because I had to go to other supermarkets while I was waiting for this one to reopen. But I'm in there and there's a part of me that's looking at all these people. I'm like, you don't belong in this supermarket. This is my supermarket.
Can't sit here. Seat's taken.
I have not watched that movie in so long.
I can't wait to show it to my kids. I'm waiting for the right opportunity.
Yeah, it might be a little too young still.
Well, it's PG-13. It's not R.
But there's still some content that's a little adult.
Yeah. I guess.
Like Forrest and Jenny in her dorm.
I think that's great.
It's still a little too adult for your kids, but
yeah, and it's that part, and yeah, it's mainly that part only. Really, anything with Jenny while she was growing up with her drugs and her sex and this
topless guitar playing in a bar.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I mean, you don't see anything, but
right. No, I understand that, but I did forget about that.
I would say there's also the whole fact of what Jenny dies of, but at the time we didn't even know what the hell Jenny died of.
Yeah, huh?
It's never mentioned.
Oh, we know it's AIDS.
We know what it is, but it's never called by name.
No, but the explanation and doctors don't know what it is and blah 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 blah. Like it.
Well. That's one of the reasons why they never mention it in the movie is because at that time period, they didn't know what it was either.
Well, it's a really good lesson in inferencing if you're an English teacher.
for those people listening who might not know what inferencing is.
Oh,
please give a definition.
It's when you look at context and you make your own conclusions based on the story that you're given.
Gotcha.
It's being observant.
And when I said for the people listening who might not know, I meant me.
I knew that. Okay. Sorry, I was taking a sip. I'm trying to finish my breakfast. All right, all done.
So we have movies to talk about.
We do. We do have movies. I watched mine last night.
I watched mine last night.
Oh, good.
Uh,
And I just want to say, I really appreciate the fact that both of us picked movies from the same time period.
the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, all right. So I feel like the conversation about my movie, meaning the movie that I watched,
Yeah.
might get a little heavy.
Okay.
So do we want to do it first or do we want to save it for second?
No, I'll talk about pirate radio first.
Okay.
So I started watching this movie at my parents' house last weekend. I got about 15 minutes in, and I said, I want to watch this with Dave. So I stopped watching it, and we finally got the opportunity to watch it last night. And we both kind of had the same feelings about it. Like, we really liked it, but we couldn't pin down what kind of a movie it was. Like, it was kind of funny, but it was also dramatic. It was like a coming of age story. Like, I felt like the movie had this like identity crisis throughout, but it very much felt like a raunchier version of Almost Famous, but radio style.
Yeah, the moment you started saying it almost felt like a raunchier version, instantly in my mind I was like, she's going to say Almost Famous. She's going to say Almost Famous.
Because that's basically what it is. It's good. It was really good. I mean, I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think that anything he does is magic. And every time I see him in anything, I just get really pissed off that he couldn't kick his drug addiction. Because I loved him. Everything he did. I loved everything he did. And this is just another example of that. I mean, he is very much a supporting character. He is not a main character in this movie.
I don't really think there is a lead in this movie.
I would say it's probably Carl.
Okay. All right.
But
Fair enough.
we really watch this from Carl's perspective, I think. But excuse me. But Philip Seymour Hoffman is the star of this movie. For me, he's the best part. Every single time he's there, it's just, I don't know if it's just because he's so committed to the character or because he just found a way to make his character really awesome. I love the fact that he won the ultimate game of chicken.
Well, did he though?
Yeah, he did.
Because I don't know if anybody really won that game.
He called Gavin a chicken, and Gavin left anyways.
Oh, by the end of the movie.
At the very end of the movie.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant at the actual game.
No. When he decided to go down with the ship.
So first off, I want to say the reason why I gave you this movie is because I adore this movie. This movie the cast is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is a huge with the exception of Philip Seymour Hoffman, it is a huge cast of British actors who many of them have become very big in their own right since then. You had Nick Frost,
Philip, or was it Philip Dowd? No, Chris Dowd. Chris O'Dowd.
Chris O'Dowd.
I love him in IT Crowd.
Kenneth Branagh, who was already huge at the time, Bill Nighy, who was already huge at the time, Rhys Ifans.
Okay, can we just talk about the fact that Bill Nighy, every single time he was in a scene, he's perpetually flipping everybody off. Like
one of my favorite.
He just lives like this.
Yeah, one of my favorite scenes in that movie is with, Quentin and the Count. And it's when the Count is getting ready to say the F word on the air for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
And they trick Quentin into doing it multiple times.
That was wonderful.
And I will tell you this too. Rhys Darby, who is the actor that plays Angus. I had him on the podcast. I had him on Wilhelm a couple years back. So getting to talk to him about this movie, because I love this movie so much, was a great experience.
That's awesome.
He was on to promote something else, but I got to talk to him. I asked him, I said, you are in one of like a movie that I absolutely adore. I was like, and that's Pirate Radio. I'm like, would you mind talking about that? He's like, no. He's like, I would love to talk about that movie. So we got to talk about Pirate Radio when he was on.
Was it did he have such a good time making that movie? Because it looked like a good time.
He did. He had a great time. The only other person from the cast that I've met that I didn't get an opportunity to talk to about this movie is Nick Frost.
Oh, yeah. You know, I did not like his character at all.
No, Dave is kind of a dick.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, he sleeps with Carl's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Before he even does.
And doesn't even care that he...
No, yeah, he sleeps with Marianne and just doesn't even care.
But he also, I mean, he's not a good guy at all. And he's gross. Like, it's just so funny because I think he was my least favorite character, to tell you the truth. I loved the Count. I loved Carl. I loved Chris O'Dowd, whatever his character, Simon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Simple Simon.
Yeah. I loved Thick
Kevin.
Thick Kevin. The game that they played when they're playing the guessing game, and he's like, he's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
He's got a lot of friends.
Wears a dress.
He wears a dress and some sandals. Dave looks at me. He goes, "Is he talking about Jesus?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's talking about Jesus."
And even the Count knows who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Because they all know Thick Kevin. They know his thought process.
I like at the very end, too, or towards the end, Thick Kevin goes, "I am thick, aren't I? I'm thick." Or when he got super drunk and he has this like really meaningful conversation with Carl, like he's making sense for the first time ever.
Yeah. I love how he always tries to be in the room every time Carl and Marianne, like when Carl and Marianne are in there.
It's really gross. So gross.
I don't think it's intentional. I think he's just so thick he doesn't realize the point he's supposed to leave the room.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's so thick. Wow. He just no awareness at all. And what does he do on the ship? What's his job?
I think he's another producer.
Okay.
Or like an assistant.
He's not a DJ, right?
No. No, that's like him and Harold. Harold, and Carl are kind of like the assistants, like assistant producers.
Harold was the black guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Does he speak?
Yeah. We hear him speak a couple times.
All right.
Not much.
Yeah. I just feel like most of what he did was nonverbal. Like he was just giving records, and one of my favorite scenes, it was actually unscripted. I read in the trivia where Carl is sitting on the couch and he's like super depressed, and the two guys, I don't remember their names, come up and sit next to him and give him milk and cookies. Mm-hmm. And then they start eating his milk and cookies. And then who was the guy that we were just talking about, who I said, does he talk? Harold. Yeah. And Harold just kind of like shrugs his shoulders and gives him a cookie, and he's like, dip the cookie. And it's like not a word is said, but everybody's smiling and laughing at the end. And apparently that was just supposed to be like a one shot, like of Carl sitting on the couch depressed. But Harold and the other guy happened to be on set that day. And so he said, hey, during the scene, I want you guys to go up to Carl and just do what you think that you would do to make your friend feel better if he was sad. And that's how that scene came about.
I didn't know that was unscripted. But I love, like, I mean, as somebody who's worked in radio and has worked at a radio station, like I love the camaraderie of the entire team. I mean, even as the boat is sinking and they're all in that room and they're talking about it, and Angus is the one, he's like, they're all saying like, no, Angus is saying how nobody likes him. He's nobody's friend. And Carl asks everybody to put their hand up if they consider him a friend, and everybody starts putting their hand up, and they're like, all right, be honest. And everybody starts putting their hand down.
It was so bad.
But it was meant to be a joke. Like they were all obviously joking about that.
Well, were they?
Because they all do start laughing, including Angus. So it was clearly meant to be like a ribbing. on Angus, but it's like I love the camaraderie of everybody. It's like a family environment, even though it's like a family through brotherhood,
Yeah.
rather than like actual family.
It was, you know what? I really liked the feeling of that movie. It was very much an ensemble cast. It was fun. It was fun to watch. And even when the ship was going down, they all stuck to their personalities, which was adorable. And then I did cry. I cried when all the ships arrived, when all the boats arrived.
I still get choked up during that scene, because it's like when Simon's like, I believe the term is a fuckload of boats. it's ever so more than one boat. And yeah, and all the boats come in, and everybody's there, and they all get rescued. And then I remember the first time I watched it, actually getting choked up to seeing the Count pop out of the water, because
that was awesome.
Because I legit thought he was going to go down with the ship.
Yeah, I mean, after the ship went down, I told Dave, I go, I guess the Count went down with the ship. And then they showed it was very like Jin and Sun reminiscent when they're like going through the water. So I'm prepared to see him floating there, and all of a sudden we see a movement and Dave goes, there he is. Like, well, it was hilarious. He was so excited.
Because I remember too, and this is going to sound like it's completely off the wall, but like when they're jumping off the boat, there was a part of me that questioned. The first time I watched the movie, there's part of me that questioned, like, well, wouldn't the boat kind of pull them under as it's going? And then I remembered Mythbusters actually did an episode about that, as to whether or not a boat sinking would pull someone under if they were around the boat. It doesn't.
Huh.
A person can actually stay buoyant enough to actually stay above water as a boat is sinking next to them. They tested it. Adam Savage tested it.
Especially if as you're getting out, like maybe the bubbles even come up, because it looks like he was shot out of the water.
Well, I'm not even talking about the Count. I'm talking about everybody as they were jumping off the boat.
Yeah. I thought the same thing. I was okay. That's good that they had that Mythbusters took care of that.
Mythbusters actually did an episode about that, and Adam Savage was the one that tested it. Like, he actually was they sunk a boat, and he was next to the boat. He was on the boat and next to the boat, and he never got pulled under.
It's amazing.
So science,
son. Yeah, but I had a good time. I had a good time watching it. That's not even a movie that I knew existed. So thank you for recommending it.
Yeah, not a problem. And the soundtrack is phenomenal.
Oh, the soundtrack is the stuff of dreams.
Yeah. I don't own much physical media anymore. I own maybe 5 CDs, and they're all in my car. The soundtrack to Pirate Radio is one of the CDs I still own.
Well, it's really called The Boat That Rocked Ben.
Yes. Well, in the US, it's called Pirate Radio. The version that you watched is the UK Australian version, the European version, called The Boat That Rocked. And it actually has bonus features or bonus material that is not in the US version. So
one of them being Marcus with the hundreds of naked women.
That scene is in the US version, but they are not topless.
Yeah, because in the trivia it said that scene was cut from the US version because we're a bunch of prudes.
It is in it. They are just wearing bras. And the scene where they actually leave the boat to go celebrate Simon's stag is also not in the US version. They never actually leave the boat in the US version.
Oh, that's such a fun part because it shows team building.
Yeah, it does. And I remember watching that scene too. And when Gavin, like when January Jones leaves Simon to go to Gavin, I was like, oh, that's a prick move.
Well, I got to tell you, the whole time, the whole lead up to the wedding, I was like, this is a trick, right? Like, this just doesn't seem
she does not seem
genuine,
the type to go with Simon.
Yeah. Well, and she was American, so I love the fact that they made her, this greedy, deceptive human.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie. I definitely would recommend it to other people if they wanted to watch something kind of almost famous style of movie, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Cameron Crowe wasn't attached to it, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Richard Curtis was the director of this one, who Richard Curtis has done like Love Actually and Four Weddings and a Funeral. And,
Oh, he's a rom-com guy.
Yep.
Well, this fits right in no way possible.
Another movie that he did that I wonder if it's on if it's on a movie you've seen before. Have you seen the movie Yesterday?
Oh, the Beatles movie?
Yes.
No, I haven't seen it.
All right, I'm not giving it to you this week, but it's getting added to my list to give you later.
All right.
Unless you want to watch it, I mean, because
no, I don't. I don't care about the Beatles like other people do.
All right, fine. I'll put an asterisk.
But I'll watch it. If you give me the assignment, I'll watch it. I mean, I've liked all the movies so far.
Okay. So then
let's switch over to BlacKkKlansman because I love that movie and I want to talk about it.
Okay. I this is the second movie in a row that you gave me that is frustrating.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Frustrating in the sense that it is about something that still fucking happens to this day.
I know.
However,
my next movie is not going to be a true story or dealing with racism or heavy or anything like that.
Thank God. However, unlike Just Mercy, this movie has a lot of humor ingrained into it. I mean, there's a number of times I was laughing throughout this movie.
It's a dark comedy, I think.
It is absolutely a dark comedy, and I will surely say too that if I did not know going into it this was a Spike Lee movie, I would know watching
like immediately.
This is a Spike Lee movie, and Jordan Peele, which made me love this movie even more because I'm a huge fan of Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele was a producer on this.
Oh, I did not know that. I mean, if you've seen any Spike Lee movie, you know within the first few seconds that it's a Spike Lee movie.
Yes, absolutely.
And it 100% deserved to be nominated for Best Picture.
John David Washington and Adam Driver are fantastic.
Great together.
Throughout this entire movie.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I said the conversation about this one might go deep is because this movie made me think about something that I've never really thought about before. And it kind of scared me a little bit. It made you realize as you get older that you become a product of your society. You become a product of the environment that you live in. You become a product of the environment that you're brought up in. You become a product of society as the older that you get. And sometimes as we get older, we're able to break away from that stigma and kind of go on our own path. But a lot of times people get caught up in that. And it made me think, if times were different and I grew up in this time period of the 60s with racial bias and everything, where would I be? Would I be the same person, or would I be someone who sided with white nationalists? Like, because my family are heavy right.
So are mine. Yeah.
But we grew up in a time where we were able to break free of that stigma. But during the 60s, it was a lot harder because it was ingrained in you as you grow up.
Yeah, but I mean, think about just the whole revolution aspect of the 60s. I mean, people were protesting the war, people were protesting racism. I really feel that I would have been the same person I am now.
I like to think that I would be too, but it is a scary thought sometimes.
No, it's absolutely
to contemplate, would I have been?
Well, I think that it also depends on which region of the country that you were born in as well. I mean, if I was born and raised in California, like I was, and you were born and raised in Philly, like you were, maybe.
Well, I was born and raised in New Jersey, but
okay. But
yeah.
I think we're not being born and raised in, Alabama, Mississippi, Oklahoma. Sorry, Steve.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like Texas,
in the South
Florida.
or the Bible Belt.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I'd like to think that, if I was born and raised with the same people in the same place, then yeah, I would definitely be the same person then that I am today, because I think that we have a lot of polarizing subjects today that were there in the 60s, which says a lot about our country and how effed we are.
Yeah. And I don't want this conversation. I don't want anybody listening to say that just because if you're listening from any of those reasons we just mentioned, like, I don't want you to think we're automatically calling you these kind of people, because we know
I live in North Carolina. Okay. I live in the Bible Belt.
Is North Carolina the Bible Belt?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The Billy Graham Museum or whatever library is in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. All right. But going back, but this movie really made me contemplate that, really made me think of that. I don't know what about this movie was the reason why I started thinking about that, but that was a scary thought when I started thinking about that.
Probably because of Adam Driver's character, because his character was never really confronted with any of these social issues until Ron Stallworth, until Ron Stallworth actually started working with him and pointing out what was happening and exposed him to the KKK and exposed him to what was going on. And then he was threatened with his own, he thought he was protected by his own whiteness. And it turns out that he wasn't protected because he was Jewish. And that all of a sudden got really scary for him.
Yeah.
So he was kind of opened up and made vulnerable to what the society that he was shutting his eyes to was really what was really happening there, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. It makes complete sense. And one of the other things I will tell you watching this movie, and then once I mention this, I promise I'll actually go in and talk about the actual movie. One of the other things, like I love film. I've been an actor. I've been an extra. I've done behind the scenes stuff. Movies like this, I don't know if I could ever do as an actor, because some of the language used in this movie, some of the words being used in particular, I strongly dislike.
Yeah.
And I know it's a matter of, okay, you're being paid. You're not actually being this person. You don't mean the words you're speaking. They're just lines from a script. They still make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yes, of course. And they're supposed to make you uncomfortable. I mean, first of all, Topher Grace was fantastic.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, as David Duke.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he was creepy and almost likable, but really evil. Like, he did a great job.
The scene at the end, and that, again, there's so much dark humor in this movie that, when there's the scene where Ron is talking to him on the phone and they're talking about the usage of language and how David Duke would absolutely know he was talking to somebody. He was talking to somebody of that race because of the way they say things. And the whole time I'm laughing, I'm like, you are absolutely talking to one of these people, and you don't
have been
realize
for
it.
Quite a while.
To the point where at the end of the movie, where right before he leaves, when he walks back into the police station and he calls David Duke again, and they're all around the phone, and he finally calls him out and says, this is who you've been talking to. I was like, I couldn't help but laugh, because it's making people like that. It's humiliating people like that. And I loved it.
Yeah. But it's not even much humiliation as much as it's, you dumb, arrogant fuck, Yeah. Like, how is it that you think that you are so above everybody else and you're the dumbest boy at school?
And you are the most clueless person in the room.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You think you're better than everyone in the room, but in reality, you are the most clueless.
You're the clown at the circus.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. But there's so much oh my God, the scene where Flip is being, he's giving him the test. And Ron comes in. And
the lie detector.
The lie detector, where Felix is giving him the lie detector.
Yeah.
And Ron comes in and throws something through the window to kind of distract him so that it can get out. But the scene where Flip comes out Adam Driver's character comes out, grabs the gun from Felix intentionally so that he doesn't shoot Ron, starts firing, but all the things that he's screaming at him, all these derogatory terms, I cringed because I was like, I know Adam Driver is not this person. It makes me uncomfortable to hear these words.
Yeah.
I know, and I know they're not me. They're not being directed at me, and they never would because I'm not of that race. But the fact that people used to use, I don't even want to say used to, because people still use those terms.
Well, I was going to say at the school where I work, these are common office referral write-ups. Are kids, 11 to 14-year-old kids that are being written up for using the N-word at school and not caring at all. And then when asked why do you feel it's okay to use this language at school? Well, my dad does it.
And
my mom does it.
It's a matter of upbringing, and it's a shame.
And you just look at them and you're like, I don't even know. I don't know how to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you can't slap a child.
Well, and I can't get them in trouble. I can't get them in trouble with their parents either, because their parents aren't going to care.
Yeah. Their parents are going to question you rather than their child.
Well, their parents are yeah. I mean, listen, that's a slippery slope. But my point is that this is something that is still happening regularly today.
Well,
not sometimes, not rarely, regularly.
Well, and Spike Lee does a good job of indicating that too, because I remember, as I mentioned, like there's that scene where Ron is on the phone with David Duke again and points out how ignorant he was, calling him out on the fact that like this is who you've been talking to this whole time. And it's not even a couple minutes after that Spike Lee starts playing footage from Charlottesville.
That was very, very, very impactful for me.
It was a huge shock of reality because, like, yes, I've been watching this movie with all of these issues that I know still exist today, but there's humor involved. So, like, I'm kind of forgetting about all of this.
And it's in the 60s time period, too.
Yes. And then he shocks you with that reality of footage of all the white nationalists in Charlottesville with the tiki torches, which is fucking ridiculous in its own right, using tiki torches.
Let's get our backyard decorations and go.
Yeah,
go exactly. March.
Grab a torch from our backyard bar.
Bringing the margaritas.
But then the footage of the car driving through the crowd and people getting hit by the car and the aftermath. And then the obituary of the girl that died by getting hit by that car. Like he brings it to a shocking reality at the end of the movie where you kind of almost want to cry.
Yeah.
And I applaud that move because like it needed to be done because again, he's addressing something with a little bit of a dark but lighthearted manner, but then he's bringing you the shocking truth of, okay, we talked about this in the 60s. This shit still happens.
Yeah, he applies it to our real life while you're still in the theater, because when you watch movies like this, I mean, and there are so many movies and TV shows and whatnot that are set in this time period because of all of the movements that happened during this time. And so when, like, personally, if I watch a movie like this, I just sit there, I'm like, okay, that was in the 60s. Even though I know it's real today, you get lost in that time period and you're thinking about that time period and how, wrong everything was in that time period. But then when something says, bam, like, look at this is still happening today. Like, I think that, like you said, it's shocking that, but it's also something that I think is essential when you make a movie or a piece of art like this. And I think that that's all that Spike Lee has ever really tried to do, is he's tried to just get his message across as an artist in the best way that he knows how. And I think that I think all of his work is very profound, but this movie in particular, I don't know, it hit me in a way that I didn't expect to be hit. And I really, really, really enjoyed the story as well. And the fact that it's Denzel Washington's son playing the lead character, like, 100% awesome.
Yeah.
He is a great actor, and I really hope that we see more of him as time goes on.
We've already seen a bunch of him, actually. He's in Tenet, which is the Christopher Nolan movie. He's in a movie called Amsterdam with Margot Robbie and
Christian Bale.
Or Christian Bale. Yeah, that's the other one. Which I have yet to watch, but I know
Me too.
I've heard is actually really good. But yeah, he's been in a bunch of he's been in a couple things here and there. He hasn't done a lot, but I'm with you. I want to see more.
When your dad is Denzel Washington, those are some huge expectations when you walk into a room.
He's in Malcolm X, which Denzel played
like Malcolm as a child.
As a child, yeah.
And I'm not saying that he's not great. I can just only imagine that if your father is Denzel Washington, you're walking into an audition room and these people are expecting Denzel Washington.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that would be very unnerving for me as well. But he's really good. He's excellent. I thought he was wonderful in this movie, but Adam Driver was phenomenal.
Adam Driver's fantastic.
Phenomenal.
Again, and I think a lot of it goes to what I mentioned earlier about there are just things that he does and says as a character that make you cringe and make you uncomfortable. And but
you can see that they make him uncomfortable too.
Oh yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, I think that's part of the reason why he's so great in this movie is because the things that he's saying and the things that he's doing, the fact that they make me uncomfortable and they make me cringe means the character is believable.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, like the fact that he's Jewish, but he's trying to hide that as he's going in undercover. And the only thing I saw wrong with this movie, and it's not anything having to do with the story. There's a scene where Felix goes knocking on Ron's address and he sees does he, and maybe you can correct me on this because maybe I missed it. Does he see the other Ron when what's her name opens the door, when Patrice opens the door?
During which scene? Say that one more time.
There's a scene where Felix goes when he's still very curious about Adam Driver's Ron Stallworth. So he goes
to the apartment.
He goes to the apartment and Patrice opens the door. Does he see the other Ron? Okay, so then that buys into the only issue that I had is when Ron is assigned, the real Ron is assigned as the detective to protect David Duke. Would Felix not have recognized him as the guy who we saw in the apartment, as the other Ron Stallworth?
No, because I think that, I hate saying this, but racist people see another race as they all look the same.
That's a good point. All right. That's a really good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and
I don't think that he did, because I had the same thought, but on reflection later, because I did, that was a sticking point with me as well. But I think that that's just how it is. And when you have, like in that scene where Ron Stallworth, like an idiot, goes into that meeting.
Which Ron Stallworth?
The Ron Stallworth, Ron Stallworth.
Yeah.
When he goes into the big dinner or the meeting or something like that as the cop that's going to be the extra security for David Duke.
Yeah.
It's him. And I'm like, this just can't, like, this is just the worst idea. I remember sitting there during that whole scene just going, this is bad. This is bad.
But even Ron knows that. Like, he knows this is not a good idea, but he's forced by the chief to do it.
Right. Well, and I love the fact that he's talking to David Duke, and David Duke doesn't really, like, he kind of recognizes
does
voice.
Because he says, like, do I know you from somewhere? And because he does slightly recognize the voice, but again, he's too ignorant to fully realize because to David Duke, there is a complete separation between white and black. So
I'm surprised
he would never even think that they were the same person.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. And yeah, I guess I do wish that maybe Ron Stallworth would have, and I hate saying this, so forgive me if I'm saying anything that is insulting to anybody, but maybe spoke a little bit more like 60s, 70s jive.
No, well, I thought he was going to, because the chief even says to him when he's forcing him to go in, he's like, it's like you said, there are two languages and you speak them both. Referring to when Ron Stallworth said he could speak King's English and he can speak jive. It was almost implied to me that the chief was telling him to go in speaking that 60s jive.
Do you think it was like a game of chicken? Like he was going to go in and just prove how racist David Duke was by just being the same exact person that he's been this entire time?
Oh, you mean the game of chicken from Ron?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he absolutely went in there purposely speaking the same way because
just
he
to
wanted
see how far he could get,
and to show how ignorant David Duke really was.
That right there is brilliant.
Well, and also I kind of questioned at that time, does the chief really have his back? Because he says during the interview process in the beginning of the movie, I will have your back. And when he's sending them in there to be be the detective to protect David Duke, I'm like, well, does he really have his back?
No.
Or is he another racist? But then you get to the end of the movie where they set up Patrolman Landers. And they get him arrested because of the kind of cop that he is. And the chief is one of the people that walks in and takes Landers out. Like he was fully behind getting Landers out of there. Maybe he was testing Ron.
I
think that's what it was.
You know,
I think the chief just from that scene alone at the end with Landers, I think I was convinced. I was like, okay, the chief really did have his back.
Yeah. When he killed the case with Ron and, oh my gosh, what was
Flip.
Adam Driver's character's name? Flip. With Ron and Flip. Seeing Flip get as upset as he got I thought that was really interesting because in the very beginning of the movie, he just doesn't care about this job. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to be there. He thinks it's ridiculous that Ron Stallworth got to be head of an op like this. And then by the end of it, when they're like, nope, this case, we're done, blah, 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 we're not going to give you any more time or energy or whatever. He got really, really angry.
Well, and I think that's a combined thing in that the fact that you're right. Like he was upset about Ron getting this kind of job before he did, or over him rather. But I think over everything that happened, I think Flip realized that Ron was never going to let anything happen to him.
Right.
Hence the shattering the window when he's getting the lie detector test and all these other things. He was convinced at that point, Ron was never going to let anything happen to him. Ron had his back. He was going to have Ron's back. And Ron was actually a good detective. Really good.
And he had a vision for what he wanted to do from the get-go. And I think that the fact that he was so dead set on his vision of what he wanted to do, that really earned him the respect of his peers or colleagues.
Yeah. Oh, I agree with that completely.
Okay, so I have a question for you.
Oh, no.
Well, because I know what a big fan you are.
Uh-oh.
How were you when you saw Ryan Eggold?
Oh, man. Okay. So.
I've been waiting for this.
So, Ryan Eggold as Walter, it threw me.
Those of you who don't know who Ryan Eggold is, he is the lead from New Amsterdam, and he was also in The Blacklist.
He was in The Blacklist, yeah, with James Spader. And you're right. I love Ryan Eggold because New Amsterdam I loved that show.
A far cry from Walter.
Because two completely, totally different characters in that, like,
I really couldn't wait to give you this movie. Half of that reason was because of him. I'm surprised that you haven't mentioned him yet.
I was, everything else of this movie kind of like put it aside because I do remember when I started watching the movie and I saw the guy answer the phone to call Ron back. I was like, that's Max Goodwin. Max Goodwin's not a racist. What's happening? Max Goodwin's not in the Klan. And so it kind of threw me for a little bit. And then he kind of becomes a secondary character. You don't see him a lot in the second half of the movie.
He was the nice racist out of all of them.
Well, yeah, because I mean, and as weird as that sounds, it's
Felix
kind of
was
the
crazy.
truth. Because I mean, Walter even says we are an organization. We don't like going by the name of the Klan. Like we are not a violent group, even though that is far from true. I think Walter literally probably was just a recruiter. So I don't know, but you're right. I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot to bring that up. Because I love New Amsterdam. So
I know.
It kind of threw me a little bit. And the fact that was half your reasoning for giving me this movie, now I'm kind of insulted.
Why?
I'm not insulted at all.
Oh, you're not insulted at all. Like, give me a break. Flip and his wife, no, Felix and his wife were the craziest characters in this movie. That wife.
When they are watching that movie after their induction into the Klan.
They're watching Birth of a Nation, right?
I think they're watching Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
The original Birth of a Nation.
Yeah.
Because it has since been remade.
Which is a just awful propaganda movie.
But her watching that movie, reading everything and like reading everything out loud and like just cheering at it. I was like, I never wanted to slap a woman as badly as I wanted to slap her. And I'm actually, I was glad that she is the one that was the downfall of Felix.
Yeah, me too.
Like she is the reason Felix died. And it was
good
combination of her ineptitude and his ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
That was ultimately their downfall for both of them.
She could not do the one job that they gave her to do.
He the whole time, I know when she's taking the C4 out and she's trying to stuff it in the mailbox. I'm like, he did not tell you to do that. He said just leave the purse along the building. He didn't tell you to take the C4. I'm like, you are a moron.
I know, but you know what? I mean, they're all morons. They were all morons, every single one of them. I mean, I was just that whole scene though. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's so tense.
It was so tense because you don't know what's going to happen. You have no idea what's going to happen in that moment.
I was like, Patrice better not die. Patrice better not die. Patrice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she was annoying half the time, but I didn't want her to die.
I was the same way. And then it got to a point where the tension, as weird as this is to say, it is horrible, turned to almost gratification and satisfaction because we see Felix's wife put the C4 in the Volkswagen because that's where she saw Patrice come out of. And then you see those guys pull up next to the car and you're like, oh, he's going to die. He's going to die.
Yes. Yeah.
And it goes from tension to satisfaction, knowing full well what is coming. And then it's gratification when it actually happens.
And then she ends up getting arrested, if I'm not mistaken.
She goes to prison.
Right.
Yeah.
When we went to rewatch it, we rewatched about half of it. And then we had to stop to go do something else. And then we never got to rewatch and finish it. So I'm going on memory here.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. She goes to prison for a long time.
Good. Yeah. Good. Good.
The only other thing I had too about the movie is the whole time I'm watching, there's one of the other detectives that's in there that Jimmy Creek. The whole time I'm like, is that Steve Buscemi? It looks like Steve Buscemi. And the reason why is because it's his brother.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that.
It's his brother, Michael. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Because the whole time I'm looking at him, I'm like, that looks like Buscemi. And then when I checked the credits afterwards, it was Michael Buscemi. I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense.
Right.
That's why. I really enjoyed the movie. Can you please not give me something that's going to frustrate me going into
No. I got a good one for you this week.
Oh, man.
I'm so sorry, but I will tell you that I did, when you said that you hadn't seen it, it was one of those movies that really stuck with me the year that it came out. And I try to see all of the Best Picture nominees as much as I can each year. And that was one that I never sat down to watch. And once I did, I just loved it. I thought it was very poignant, very profound. And you and I, we think very much on the same wavelength. And I just knew that you would consider it an important movie to see.
It's absolutely an important movie to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I apologize for all the heaviness, but it's
I went from Just Mercy to BlacKkKlansman.
Yeah, I know. I got a good one for you this week, though. You want it?
I mean, next week, are you going to give me like Django
I'm going to give you Requiem
Chains?
for a Dream. No, I'm just kidding.
No, God, no. The moment you started saying Requiem, my brain just shut off.
And then after that, I'm going to give you Roots. And then after that, what else can I give you? Schindler's List.
Give me Django.
I'll give you Schindler's List.
Jacob the Liar.
Yep. Yeah. Life is Beautiful.
Oh, God, no. That one purely because it's Roberto Benigni and I don't want it.
Oh, I love him in that movie. I love that movie. Now I might give it to you.
No, I've seen it. You can't give it to me.
All right. So this week, your assignment is a movie that my kids are obsessed with.
Uh-oh. Oh, I already know what it is. Because you texted me last night and asked me if I've seen it.
Yep. Because we watched the second one of those last night, which was apparently terrifying for my children, which is hilarious. But the first one's really fun. It's a book series that is one of my favorite young adult book series. I really think that the movie adaptation, especially for the first movie, is phenomenal. And that's The Maze Runner.
Okay. I only have to watch the first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you if you want to watch 2 and 3.
Oh, so this is like the first taste is free kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right. So
you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I'm not saying I won't.
Okay. And you don't have to think about anything heavy.
Thank God. Okay. So
I've been torturing Ben for weeks.
I am going to give you another movie that I'm giving you this movie because it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember really, really enjoying this movie, and I want to give it to you because I want a reason to go back and rewatch it as well.
Okay.
It is a movie from 2014 called Chef.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I do want to see this movie too.
It is written, directed, and starring Jon Favreau.
Jon Favreau.
Yes. Who we are big fans of because of the Star Wars universe. And I will tell you, I won't spoil it, but there are a ton of other stars in this movie.
Well, and he is the ultimate fighting champion.
That's right.
I'm excited. This will be a fun week. I'll have a fun movie. You have a fun movie.
Yes. So yeah, that is again, this is a movie I've been wanting to rewatch for a while. And I can tell you one of the other people I found out that you really like, that I also really like, is also in this movie, and that is Oliver Platt.
Yay!
Yes.
I do like him. Have you started watching The Bear yet?
Not yet.
It's really good.
Is Oliver Platt in that?
Yeah.
Oh, then I might have to watch it.
He was nominated for Best Guest Star for season 1.
Did you start season 2?
Yes.
Okay.
We are 2 episodes in? 3 episodes? I don't know. We started it.
Gotcha. Okay.
But every day I come home from work, I basically just have dinner and then go to bed. I'm so tired right now.
And that's one of the reasons why we decided to do this every 2 weeks.
Yep.
Is because it gives us more time to actually watch these movies and not feel like we're forced to watch them, but actually find a time to sit and watch them and actually enjoy them.
Well, weekends are my movie time, and a lot of times you and we record on Saturday or Sunday, and so it's hard to find the time to prep. Plus, I'm doing Ahsoka. Plus, you're doing Wheel of Time. Plus, we're doing Revisited. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And we have jobs.
Yeah, that too. On that note, you mentioned Revisited, so let's bring it up again. Revisitedpod.com. We are on the penultimate episode of Lost.
Yeah.
we have this. Actually, by the time you're hearing this, that episode will have dropped already, which means we're gearing up for the series finale of Lost.
I'm very sad that it's ending.
I'm sad that it's ending, but I'm excited for the next chapter.
Yeah, Ted Lasso will be fun. It will be fun, but we've been with the Dharma Initiative for a while.
For like 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah, it's going to feel really weird to say goodbye to Lost.
Yeah. But, it'll be fun. It'll be bittersweet.
Your face looks mixed emotions.
It is kind of mixed emotions. Again, it is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to hear your feedback on any of the movies that we just talked about or the movies that we're going to be talking about. So either BlacKkKlansman and Pirate Radio / the Boat That Rocked, or Chef and the Maze Runner. So easiest way to do that is go to wilhelmpodcast.com to find ways to subscribe, to listen, leave us feedback, or you can email in directly at feedback@wilhelmpodcast.com, either write in an email or you can record yourself in a voicemail and send it to us that way. That being said, I think that just about does it for this, for this movie swap. Thank you guys, as always, for listening. And until next time, we'll see you on another episode of Wilhelm.
Bye.
Bye-bye.